Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you are all doing well. I'm just going to go shut my door. I've got the heating on. It is freezing in here, I can't lie to you. That's why I'm sat over in this corner, as close to my radiator as is humanly possible. It is freezing in the northeast today, but I still have my shorts on. That's probably why. Listen, I hope you're all doing well. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. Today, we are here to talk about the future of English football. Of course, it is that one guy, Archibald Gray. Okay, Mr. Archie Gray, part of the Gray dynasty that dates back to, prehistoric times. Prehistoric times, the Greys have been synonymous with Leeds United. And Archie Gray has had an interview done in The Guardian. And what an interview it was. This guy is coming for the lot. This guy's coming for the lot. He spoke about Ballon d'Ors. He spoke about Champions Leagues. He spoke about captaining England. The ambition of Archie Gray knows no bounds. He's coming for the lot. Move over, Jude. There's a new boy in town. Yeah? Listen, really great piece. We'll go through it. We'll read through it together. You know what I mean? When two become one and all that jazz. So we're going to be talking about Archie Gray during this and what he's had to say during the article. If you haven't had the chance to read it, there's some really key bits to pull out from it. So we'll just get straight into it, man. And where do we see Archie Gray? I think the key thing for me to remember when we think about Archie Gray is the fact that only a couple of months ago, there was talk of Archie Gray potentially leaving Leeds United to go to Liverpool. Yeah. This article tells me the guy's going nowhere. Okay. The guy is going nowhere. So here we go. This was done today, as I say, 8 a.m. This came out. Big up to Kevin as well. Big up to people in the chat. No chance this guy is winning Ballon d'Or. You mean Ballon d'Or? Why can't he? Why can't he? He thinks he can. So we've got to back the guy. Big up to Vega. Icicles on the breasticles. Yeah. Pecs these days, Mark. I've got pecs these days. Dresses for summer, complaints about winter. True, Mr. Dodo. I'm there, look, legs out and everything. I am that guy who is walking with his legs out in the sun. Good afternoon to you, my man. Big up to Danny Rumsey. And he says, big up to Pete. Smash a like and subscribe. Do pay your rent on the video as well. So please do smash a like on the video for me. Please do that for me. I've just come from the Mo Gender channel. Big up to Mo and the lads over there as well. There will be a preview pre-recorded that's going to drop about 7 o'clock tonight as well ahead of Blackburn. And then in the morning, of course, it is Leeds United versus Blackburn at Ewood Park. So let's get into this article. So it says it is the end of a long day for Archie Gray. The 17-year-old is sitting in the canteen at Leeds United's Four Parks, reflecting on a rise that has marked him out as one of the best young prospects in the British game. Okay, the boyhood Leeds fan. Remember, first key point, he is a Leeds United fan. Hands off Liverpool and the rest of the crew. He is a Leeds United fan. He's been at the club since he was 7. He knows no different. He's been here since he was 7. Made the bench for a Premier League game against Arsenal, aged just 15. Remember, this was one of Marcelo Bielsa's last games, if you remember, because he had a threadbare squad, was unwilling to throw games due to COVID, like a lot of the bigger teams did. And then, he was sacked, wasn't he? But he is a regular in a side chasing instant top-flight return. Chasing, will achieve, okay? Gray made his debut in the Championship opener at home to Cardiff on the 6th of August and has featured in all but one of Leeds' 21 games this season. Which game didn't he play in? Was it the Stoke one? Starting 18, okay? The preciously talented 6'2" midfielder. He's not stopped growing, by the way. Let's not forget this. Let's not forget he's still 17. Who was captain England at youth level, is tipped for the very top. That his father Andy, grandfather Frank, and great uncle Eddie played for Leeds adds huge intrigue to his rise. Yeah. Again, he's not going anywhere, man. The Greys, Leeds, hand in hand. Spice Girls tactics, you know, when two become one and all that jazz. He says, and these are direct quotes from Mr. Archie Gray himself. I'm a bit too young to remember any of my dad's games, but I've watched clips of him, Frank and Eddie on YouTube. Gray, the eldest of 4 brothers, says in his first manager interview, I love watching Eddie's goal against Burnley when he went past 4 players and scored. Seeing what they achieved is inspiring and makes you want to go one better. As a family, we're really close. Again, can't stress his importance to Leeds United and the cause, okay? So highly rated was Gray by the former Leeds manager Marcelo Bielsa. Let's not forget, he's my goat. He's my genius. Big up as well. Sorry to any American fans as well. I don't know if you've noticed, but Uruguay have drawn them in the group stage. Is it for the CONCACAF or the Copa America? So, yeah, we'll be supporting Uruguay during that period, trust me. So he was brought into the first team squad 2 years ago while studying for his GCSEs. Okay, Marcelo Bielsa knows this guy is a player. At 15, well, my man was studying and he brought him in. Gray goes on to say, Bielsa wanted me to train properly every day, whose composure and skill on the pitch are matched by calmed assuredness of it. Some weeks I'd be in school 2 days a week, other times it would be 3 days. The club and school had to come to an agreement, but I passed my exams, so it worked out well in the end. Yeah? Worked out well in the end. When Gray was an unused substitute for injury hit Leeds against Arsenal, Elland Road in December 2, 2021, it was clear his start was on the rise. Just being on the bench was absolutely mental because I was 15. Think what you were doing in 15. I was still wanking into socks at 15. You know, I'm 35 and I still do it from time to time. Do you know what I mean? My man was sat on a bench against Arsenal. He says with a huge smile, my friends and people in school started looking up to me. And from that moment, everything changed. Of course. Say, this guy's on the bench for Leeds in a Premier League game against Arsenal. Mental. He says, one day I'm in the stands and watching the games on TV as a fan again. Again, another key point, as a fan. Yeah, he is a fan of this football club. And then I'm on the bench in the Premier League game against Arsenal. Okay? These guys were my heroes. Heroes. Who are his heroes? The likes of Liam Cooper, Marks. Yeah? You know, the players that were in that team then, these are his heroes. And I'm training with them. It was unreal. You watch everyone in training and you learn so much. Okay? He says, big up to Dawn. He says, was he disappointed not to come on against Arsenal? Deep down, I wasn't expecting it because it was Arsenal and I was still at school. It wouldn't really be normal for a 15-year-old to be playing first-team football or even making his debut. I just realised how lucky I was to be in that position and to be patient. And his persistence and patience has... John says, I was still doing that 10 minutes ago. Mate, hope you're well. I have some socks. It's good, mate. I've got my own. Don't worry about it. Gray was injured for much of last season as Leeds were relegated after 3 years in the Premier League. I'm sort of glad. Right, hear me out here. Method to my madness. I'm glad Archie was injured for large parts of last season because it had meant that Jesse had got his hands on him. Nobody wants that. What would he have taught Archie? Let's be real. What would Jesse Marsh have taught Archie Gray? Nothing. Get in the bin. But it says, but the summer heralded a newer era. 49ers Enterprises, the investment arm of San Francisco, took 100% control of the club, and Daniel Farker arrived as manager. After a slow start, Farker has led a youthful side to third after 7 straight home wins. They'll be backed by more than 7,000 supporters at Blackburn on Saturday lunchtime. Okay. He goes on to say, my dad has always said that pre-season is the time to make a good first impression on the manager, and that starts with your fitness. I worked really hard and tried to impress in pre-season, then made my debut against Cardiff, and I thought I did okay. He did more than okay, right? He did more than okay, right? Obviously, I was proud of myself, but I didn't really celebrate. We just went out for a meal as a family. I've still got so much more to prove and to improve on, but the manager has been brilliant and put so much faith in me. In pre-season, I set a goal of playing as much as possible, but I've definitely exceeded my expectations, right? This is the thing. he's already exceeded his expectations. And this is where I come back to my point, folks, when I speak to people and say, if Archie rides bench for a little bit because Spence comes in, he's not asked. He's not asked. He's a young lad. He's genuinely not bothered because he's already exceeded his expectations. He's already shown from this article he's got a good head on his shoulders. You're not out partying like some, young'uns would have. He's just gone for a meal with his family. Just bear with me one moment. Let me just check this. Wade says, you keep saying he's a Leeds fan. So was Calvin. Money talks. He will leave. It's just a matter of time. Hope I'm wrong. Calvin's situation totally different, bro. We're just being relegated from the Premier League. Am I under any illusions that if we don't go up, Archie Gray? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying, Wade. He's not going to stay with us indefinitely. You'd be deluded to think so. But he is a fan. I'm on about right here, right now, okay? Who knows what the future holds? If he's going to go and win Champions Leagues and Ballon d'Ors, he's going to have to leave Leeds United. Let's be realistic here. I'm under no illusions. But right now, enjoy it. Don't worry about the future. All you have right here is now. Yeah, right now. Forget yesterday, it's gone. Don't worry about the future because it ain't here. Just stay right here. And as Mr. Dodo says, KP was 26. Archie 17. 17. Long time to go. Let's bring this back up. So it says Gray played alongside the new signing Ethan Ampadu in midfield. This was his debut before being switched to right back in early October. It has not fazed the teenager who says that on-loan Tottenham defender Joe Rodon has helped him adapt. Again, important to have that experience. He says it's good to learn different perspectives of the Gray says playing right back is allowing me to understand the game even more for when I go back into midfield. You see players like James Milner playing different positions every game. Players today have to do that. Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I use that example because obviously Liverpool were linked with him. I use that example because Trent can play right back, he can play midfield. Initially, he was a midfielder, and then he moved to right back, okay? If I become anywhere near as good as him, it would be unbelievable. Again, that there, I mean, he's going to be better than James Milner. He's going to be better than. I would think so. I would hope so. But it shows that the fact that he holds James Milner in such high esteem shows, again, that key point about him being a Leeds United fan. He says, I think my best position will be as a box-to-box midfielder. But as the game is changing, you have to be increasingly adaptable. This is so true. Like Paul says, John Stones, centre-back, CM, etc. Until Gray turns 18, he must be in a separate changing room from first team squad. I totally forgot about this, owing to safeguarding regulations. It's crazy getting changed by yourself, but then running out to play with your teammates. He says it is what it is, but as soon as I turn 18, I can't wait to be around the lads a little bit more. I'm not sure when he turns around 18. But again, that will bring him on as an individual, as a player, being in and around that. As a young child, Gray was influenced. This is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? True goats of the game. Zinedine Zidane and Lionel Messi. And says his mum, Georgina, and Real Madrid's Jude Bellingham are among his biggest inspirations right now. Okay? Jude. Hey, Jude. For me, who will arguably go down as the greatest English player ever to grace the game, which is a wild take right now, some would say. Some would say it's too soon, but I think he is. He says, my mum works unbelievably hard. She runs marathons and trains every single day. Bellingham is definitely a player I look up to because he's doing amazingly well. He's shown there's a pathway with the England system, and he won't be the last one to do it. Hopefully in the future, that can happen for me too. He has aspirations. He has targets. He has dreams. This is important. He then goes on to talk about his younger brother, Harry. Love this. Gray's younger brother, Harry, a 15-year-old striker, plays for Leeds Academy and for England at youth level. I wouldn't tell him this myself, but it's my dream to play with Harry one day, says Gray. I just don't know how we get along in training as we're so competitive in everything we do. And always have been. We'd have to be in the same team, but as brothers, we're really close. Again, that's amazing to me. That is music to my ears because you hear about, Harry this, all that sort of stuff. The fact that Archie and him will be massive Leeds fans and and Archie's been given a chance. He'll be saying to his brother, Harry, come on, man, we've got to play for Leeds United at some stage. That's my dream. Like, as a fan at 35-year-old, I cannot wait for the day that Harry makes his debut and Archie Gray sets him up. Come on, man. Imagine. It says, deeply grounded but fiercely ambitious. Gray says, my childhood dream was to win the Champions League with Leeds. That's the key point. With Leeds. Captain England at senior level and win a Ballon d'Or. Talk about wanting everything. But this is good, man. This is good. But I'm still really young. So there's a long way to go before any of that happens. But this is the key point. But I believe I've got the ability to do it. That's the key point. The guy's backing himself. The guy is backing himself. And it is amazing. And it's music to my ears. He sat there in an interview at 17-year-old for a big publication in The Guardian and said, my dream is to captain England, win a Ballon d'Or, and win Champions League with Leeds. And guess what? I believe I can do it. Phenomenal. The fact that The Guardian are actually reaching out to actually shows he's standing within the game. You know, that article tells me he has an amazing head on his shoulders as well. You know? And a great family behind him, a great family unit that have been inherent at this football club all the time, you know. So it's music to my ears, and I'm absolutely buzzing for Archie, the footballer. You know what I mean? For Archie, the young lad. The world's his oyster, really. And if he applies himself, why can't he do them things? If you'd have... Look, there's a perfect example of it. When Jude Bellingham left to go to Dortmund, and I'm not saying he's on Jude's level, right? But when Jude Bellingham left to go to Dortmund and Birmingham City retired his number, we all laughed. Boy, did we laugh. Boy, did we mock. But who's laughing now? Do you know what I mean? Like, because they were right to do so, because the guy's unreal. He's on course to beat the amount of goals Zinedine Zidane scored in a single season at Real Madrid. And he's not even halfway through. That's Hey Jude for you. Do you know what I mean? So no one, if we'd have sat here, if a Birmingham fan would have sat here and said, Jude's going to win Ballon d'Or, Champions League, play for Real, we'd have all gone, calm down, bro. But he's going to do all them things. Jude will win a Ballon d'Or. 100%. He'll be in the talking for it next season. Let's be real here. No Messi anymore. Into Miami. Jude will be in the chat for it. Could Real Madrid win a Champions League this year? Yes, they could. And Jude would be pivotal to that. So no one can't tell me that this can happen. You know, like Evie says here, the dream is to have both of them in the Prem. Will be next level fandom and also the marketing available to Leeds when it comes to... Yeah, exactly, man. The Gray brothers. The Grayskis. Do you know what I mean? Imagine it. Harry and Archie. It's unreal, isn't it? It's unreal. Like, as a fan, I'm excited for it. As a fan, I'm excited for it. The next gen of Gray family running ER is a fairy tale. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. And what Leeds United must ensure they do, yeah, what they must ensure they do is get promoted, stay in the Premier League and invest. Because if you do them three things, you have the potential to ensure that he stays around. And Harry stays around. Do you know what I mean? Let's not forget, right? This is a key point when we think about the article, right? I'm going to mention something here. He says there'll be 3-4 years before they'll play together. So shows you will. Good point. Now let's not forget, as the article shows, Archie Gray got on the bench for Leeds at 15. Harry's 15 now. Archie Gray is playing nearly every game for Leeds United at 17. Now, we're led to believe, again, I don't know, but we're led to believe that Harry's arguably better than Archie. And he's a goal scorer. So it might not even be that long before Harry's riding bench for Leeds. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not as if we have to wait a long time. Like Top Banana says, you know? Yeah, forget, the marketing. Forget the Gray twins, it's the Gray twins. Exactly. You could run with that, though, the Gray twins. You definitely could run with that. You know? Didn't he say he's the oldest of 4 siblings? Let's hope they all play football. Let's have them all. Got a team full of Greys. I love it. I'm here for it. Do you know what I mean? It's fantastic for me as a Leeds United fan, and for someone who's invested emotionally. I'm not saying that every fan isn't, but you know, I love stuff like that. You know, I think it'd be great for the Greys to make the grade. And you know, I sent a video actually to the to Lockie in that earlier, just pretend like a child, pretending to do don't matter. Anyway, move. Me just going, oh, it's Archie Gray. He's passed it into Harry. They won the Champions League. Yeah, so it's crazy. Look, just to finish up, Leeds United's Mark Rocker has told Alpine that time spent away from Spain has helped him develop both off and on the field. Really enjoying his time now with Real Betis. We know he will not return. Leeds United player wanted on permanent deal ahead of January, and apparently this is Sam Greenwood. So according to Northern Echo, Middlesbrough want to sign Greenwood on a permanent basis. But the chances of doing that right now are looking very slim. Not sure why that is, because it is only 1.5 million. But yeah, I think, listen, we will let him go. Well, we've already got in there to say, Sam Reeves says Mrs. Gray. Yeah, but exactly, Mr. and Mrs. Gray, they need to farm and maybe make AIs or something, because there's something in the waters. Let's have a look. Villarreal manager Marcelino has defended Ben Brereton Diaz with the Chilean yet to score his first goal. He has said, let's have a look. He had a situation of having to finish to generate a little more danger, and he was a little hasty, but that's normal for forwards when you crave something. He's rushing it, but I think he's saying let's give him time. Eddie says there's a chance 5 Greys to play for us. Pete, imagine. That would be insane. It's just talking here. Agreement revealed Leeds United set to make 13.7 million loss on Marcelo Bielsa signing. That is Diego Llorente. He's going to hit that 50% mark. He's going to play 50% of the games, which means Leeds United gets 5 million. Okay, what's this? Phil here has detailed the plans for promotion rivals Leeds, Southampton and Leicester. The journalist says the Whites are more focused on retaining what they already have at their disposal rather than dramatically adding. He revealed that Saints may try to bring in a winger. This will be on the latest Athletic article. What else is he saying? Yeah, look, Leeds United will look to retain. Phil knows his stuff, but I think sometimes it depends on the publication that gets a lot of the noise. We'll have to wait and see. I think we get 2 loans in, left back and a 10 from the Premier League. That's going to be my prediction ahead of January. But yeah, listen, Archie Gray is an absolute don, and looks like his future is set for Leeds United for a good few years yet. I want him to get a new 5-year deal on about 25 grand a week, and he'll be buzzing for it. So keep him around for a while. Wait till Harry's in the side. They're both there. You know, probably Archie's your box-to-box midfielder by that point, laying on the assists. And yeah, Leeds United are flying. It's great to see. Big up to Archie for speaking so well in the interview as well. What a fantastic player we have on our hands. At 7 o'clock tonight, a video will be released, which is your preview for Blackburn, and then I'll see you in the morning. I'm going to go chill out now. My heating's on. I'm going to get warm and watch some TV. Thanks as always for watching. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds, folks. Enjoy.